Well, thanks for clicking through to learn more about how you can use screencasting videos to train your staff better. So let's go ahead and look at this together. And so I'm actually doing a screencast right now. I'm going to minimize the picture of me here. And I'm going to go to screencast-o-matic.com, and this is the free option that I recommend for you to get started with screencasting. The limitation of the free version is that you're limited to 15 minutes, but really I recommend that if you have a longer process to teach a new hire, you break it down to steps that are under 5 minutes so that if they ever need to revisit a certain step, they can just jump right in there. So you really should be able to get started with just the free version. Then if you do need a webcam, the one that I recommend is called the Logitech C920. Based on my research, it's awesome, does everything that you could possibly ask for, and it's $50 on Amazon, so I'll have a link to that below. So you'll go to screencast-o-matic.com and you'll click Launch Free Recorder. It's kind of ironic I can't screencast the setup of the screencasting software here, but ultimately you'll end up with this record box down in the corner, and there's a couple things that I'd point out. That you can go to the size and select full screen. Then you would also go down to the narration section and you'd select microphone and select your webcam or whatever you're going to use, and you would dial, if you hit it, it gives you an option to auto adjust volume. So you would speak normally, you'd push auto adjust and then just talk normally, and it would dial in the volume setting. So right now it's at this 98, and then once it's done adjusting, then that'll be good to go. So you can just click OK. In the preferences section, one of the things that I would point out is that you'd want to have this Webcam Big Hotkey. You want to look at that and make sure that you know that. Mine is changed to Shift Control Z, and so when I hit Control Shift Z, then the webcam portion goes from small, like big, up to the little spot in the corner. And so that can be a handy feature, so you can change it to whatever you want. So right now, let's say I want to set up a new hotkey and I want to just do Control Z, then I can do that. And I'll hit OK. Alright, so up here I have the option to have the screen, the webcam, or both. And so you can get started with this without a webcam, although you are going to want some kind of a microphone probably to at least be able to give your new hire the voice part of what you're doing. And so once you have this all set up, then you just hit record down here, and it's going to go 3, 2, 1, and at that point it's now recording the entire screen, and so I can start to show this person how to run some statistics. So we're in this Eclipse program, and I would just be explaining that you're going to select the date range and how to use filters, and I can teach the person how to run a set of statistics so that they can print it out and put it on my desk or whatever I need done. So once I'm done with that process, then I'm going to hit pause here, and I'm going to hit done, and I'll hit save as video file. And you can select the folder that you want to save it in. And then in terms of the file name, I recommend that you put the general category of what you're having them do first. And then you might put a hyphen, and then you'd put the more specific part of the task. And then it can also be helpful to put the date after that, so that you'll probably record these more than once as time goes by, and you bring different systems into your office. So I'd say this is statistics, end day, and then I'm going to put 12, 16, 18, and I'd hit publish. And now it's starting to record that so that we have that available for our staff to use that when they're training. So I do want to show you one other thing. This is pretty slick. I'm going to hit continue in the background here, and let's say that you're going to have your billing manager record how she or he posts EOBs. What we can do here is, so this is just a standard process display, but I'm going to take my webcam over here. Okay. So at this point, I now can show a person how to, they can bounce back and forth between an explanation of benefits and the actual screen all while they do this. So your billing manager could be explaining how they look at the name, then they would put Control Z and minimize it, and they'd show where they're going to go into the patient Rolodex and get that person pulled up. Then they would push Control Z again, and they'd say, okay, now we're going to look at the billed amount and the write-off and the responsibility and see if those match. Then they'd minimize this, and they can go into your EHR and your billing software, and they could show all the steps to post this EOB. So super simple way for you to have all these different strategies and things you need to know in your office recorded. A last tip would be to have fun with this and make sure to put some Easter eggs, so to speak, in the recordings that you do for these new hires. Again, if these people are being trained by these video recordings, you're not going to get to know them as well. And so add some little words of gratitude, some inspirational quotes, share with them something that helps them bond with you and enjoy working in your office. And that should help them get up to speed, but also really view you as an amazing doctor and employer. So that would be another great tip, kind of like I just put a little Easter egg here that you might have seen where I was encouraging you to watch that video. So those are my top tips for you to start to implement this staff training through screencasting video. And so I hope you got a lot of value out of this. Again, make sure to take the time to learn how to reduce your stress of trying to get new patients through Lunch and Learn and Health Fair Wellness programs. So thanks for watching, and let me know if this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions.